Hey everybody, it's Mike. I hope you're all staying safe out there. Okay, so I did this episode. I interviewed my future sister-in-law, Amanda, who's a pediatric nurse at what hospital does she work at? At Richmond University Medical Center in Staten Island. And it seems like it's pretty bad over there, guys. It's kind of funny. I mean, I know we're all staying home and we're watching Disney Plus, and we're building stuff and we're cleaning our houses and we're taking Adderall, but it really is a different world in these hospitals. It's very bad, and I think everybody should hear this interview because I mean, it seems like most people are taking this seriously, but if you're not, you should. Okay, so hope you enjoy the interview and keep these people in your thoughts. And yeah, that's it. Stay safe and keep others safe. Hello, everyone. My guest today is someone who's pretty close to me, and if you've heard her, you might have heard her on the show before. It's Deb's sister, the one and only Amanda Brooks. Now, first of all, I do want to say that the past couple episodes I've been doing, I've been talking about how much fun I've been having in quarantine. Then you watch the news and you see this is starting to get bad and it's getting real dark for a lot of people. And I feel guilty about all the fun I'm having when there's people like Amanda, nurses, who are on the front lines protecting us from this virus, armed with nothing but trash bags and surgical masks that they're making at home. Anyway, thanks for being here.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was about to say, like, this is not going to be a happy episode.
No, but that's
'Cause,
okay. But it shouldn't be.
right.
I
Yeah,
feel
because I'm about to give it to you all real life right now.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
today's your day off.
yeah, and like, I'm trying to be calm, but like, now I'm watching De Blasio, and I'm glad he's telling the whole entire world that, like, we need help in New York and that they're trying to have, like, people volunteer, like Katniss Everdeen, to come do medicine in New York.
Yeah.
I hope there's some good people out there who are going to do it.
Yeah.
Because we need freaking help.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you give us a little background on where you work and what you do?
I work in Staten Island at Richmond University Medical Center, one of like the 2.5 hospitals on the island. The other hospital I think has like a little bit more of the COVIDs than we do because I think they have like a bigger, um, like they have a bigger population over at that end of the island.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm a pediatric nurse, and currently the children do not seem to be getting the COVID, which
Uh huh.
is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we do not want any sick children, but like, we have a lot of empty beds and we have a lot of supplies
Yeah.
that we are keeping for us for
Mm-hmm.
when the time comes
Mm-hmm.
that they will be trying to send us adult patients, which I'm hearing maybe next week.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna start putting adult COVID patients in like tiny kids beds, like baby
Well,
beds.
no, no, we have like regular size beds.
Yeah.
Um, if they're less than 3 year olds, then they go into a crib. And if they're over three, they go in like a regular size bed.
Okay.
That's what everyone thinks in the hospital. We have like tiny furniture. We're like, no,
Right.
we
Right.
have regular size and we
Okay.
have to move it around.
So there's no race car beds or anything.
No, 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 no. It would be nice if there was, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to move a race car bed all day long. But
Mm-hmm.
because then you get like, 18-year-old that can't fit in a race car bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your day to day like at the hospital right now?
Oh, goody. Well, usually, like on a normal day or like a bad day.
Well, what if I guess my first question is like, what have the past couple months sort of, jeez, what have the past couple months sort of been like for you? I mean, you like because clearly you guys probably had a lot of time to prepare for this, right? I mean, I'm sure you knew this was coming.
No, we did not know this
You
was coming. Are you freaking
But
nuts?
didn't you like watch the news and see that like that there were cases in China and then there were going to probably be cases here? Was
Right.
anybody
So,
talking about it?
no, no. I think that we did not think that this was going to hit us like this.
Mm-hmm.
And like our assistant nurse manager,
Mm-hmm.
she kind of like is kind of like a preparer. So for
Yeah.
like the past like 2 months when this has all been going on, she's been like putting our equipment aside. Like we don't tell anybody, but we
Mm-hmm.
have like gowns.
This is
We
Patreon, so
have
they have to pay for this
okay,
information. Yeah.
good. So if I know if anybody gets this out, it'll be one of these people.
Uh huh.
But like we have like it's not like we're like it's our supplies that we order or whatever. But like we have gowns, like we
Mm-hmm.
we have thermometer probes. Like we've been saving all of our stuff
Mm-hmm.
because
Right. You're not just like
we
taking it home like their office supplies.
no exactly
Yeah.
like we're like so we've been getting our stuff ready, but like on the adult floor is like a totally different thing. It's on a regular day, it's a war zone.
Right.
Like it's crazy up there. So like they have no
On the adult
supplies.
floor.
Right.
Yeah.
Like no one has been preparing for them,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, because they're just trying to like do regular day work or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have these patients, they require like so much extra care because they are so freaking sick.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you have to use multiple gloves in a day, and you know you
Mm-hmm.
should really like use a gown like every different time you go into the room. And in 12 hours, like in 1 hour you can go into the room like 6 times, 6 to 8 times, like,
Right.
or you could just like be in there the whole time. So like when you leave the room, you should like really take off your mask, throw away your gown that you wear. They're
Yeah.
expecting us to
Reuse them.
reuse them.
Yeah.
So then you could like run a risk of like getting it on yourself too, like taking off this dirty gown,
Yeah.
like lifting it over your head, trying to be careful. Like you can get it on you, and like you're just trying to help these people, and like you're running the risk of catching it yourself.
So are you gonna have to be taking care of these people pretty soon?
So they told us that they are going to send us like regular adult patients. Like I guess not that like everyone's coming to the hospital with crazy things right now. I guess a
Uh-huh.
lot of people are avoiding it, but like general sick adults, like less than 30 years old, and mild COVIDs. But I
Okay.
do not believe there is such thing as mild COVIDs.
Uh-huh.
They said that they're just going to put like vents in all the rooms and then put the patients on vents. And I'm like, with what monitor?
Right.
Like, we don't have monitors. I need to
Uh-huh.
know what the heart rate is and the oxygen saturation if they're on this vent. How do I know if it's freaking working?
Mm-hmm.
And there's not even enough vents in the hospital. My friend who works on the adult floor, she worked last night and she needed to intubate two of her patients,
Mm-hmm.
but there was no vent for her.
Mm-hmm.
So they just put them on 100% non-rebreather and hope for the best. And they probably died that next morning,
Right.
which like it's all day long in the hospital. Code 3 MICU, code 3 ER, code 3 SICU, code 3 SLB4,
Mm.
code 3 SLB4. Like people are just dying, like dead. There's a refrigerator truck in the back of Rumsey,
Yeah.
and that's where they put all the bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, dead all day.
And
The
we're
priest was praying overhead on the loudspeaker yesterday.
really.
Yeah, have you ever in your life? I was
No.
like,
It
we're dead,
sounds it
we're
sounds
done.
creepy.
Yeah, I was like, we're done, we're doomed. I can't. Like I'm freaking out.
Yeah, it sounds like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah,
But
like sci-fi.
so why is there do you know why there's such a shortage of supplies?
I don't think that there is a shortage. I think that if it were a normal time, we do have enough supply. Like
Mm-hmm.
if this was not a crazy pandemic happening,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You
we
do
have
okay.
the normal amount of supplies.
Okay.
There are way too many patients,
Mm-hmm.
way too many sick patients requiring a lot of
A lot of care.
the right and equipment.
Mm.
And then I guess, we have our normal amount of like N95s. When this all started happening, like the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
the nursing office came and like took every N95 from every floor in the hospital
Yeah.
because so that people
What's an
weren't like,
M95?
those are the super duper masks
Okay. Oh,
that
okay.
you'll see people
Yeah, yeah.
wearing. Like those are the like ones that protect from droplet.
Right, right.
Right. So they took those to the nursing office. Like you have to sign your life away to even get one, and you get one, and you have to reuse it for a week.
Mm-hmm.
If this were 2 months ago, nothing going on. If I had like a kid who was a rule out tuberculosis, and that's why you would use that mask.
Mm.
I would. I had like 800 of those in a day. Use it for 1 second, garbage, garbage.
Yeah.
If I would have known what I know now, I wish I would have saved every single one.
Yeah.
Because
Jeez.
it's like terrible. The adult floors, like they're wearing trash bags because
They're already wearing trash bags.
yeah, they oh my God, the things that they're wearing. They're all like starting to order Tyvek suits.
Yeah.
Because you have to like cover your whole entire body because it can get on you, it can get in your hair, like
Right.
because it goes up into the in the air.
Right.
So wherever it lands, like it gets on you. So whatever you have exposed,
Yeah.
you run the risk of like getting it onto yourself and like getting it.
Yeah.
And right, and who to take care of everyone if the nurses are sick?
I don't know. Not the doctors.
No, no, not the doctors. They're stupid and useless.
Yeah. It's just so weird. It just feels like there's two different worlds. Like there's people who are like there's people like me who are just, wearing sweatpants all day and making content, like making funny videos and like doing whatever horseshit job they have from home. And then there's people like you who like have to go to work and you have no choice.
Yeah, no, I feel like that is also exactly what is happening right now.
Mm.
There's like everyone, and then there's like the first responders.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's two completely different worlds, and everybody's watching the news.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why no one is like thinking this is real, and why I still see people at the park and at Home Depot. I need them to come to the hospital and hear the codes all day and see the nurses crying on the floor in the bathroom because their patient's dead and they have no supplies, and like it is literally a war zone.
Mm-hmm.
It is insane in the hospital.
Well, I went to the park today, and I might go to Home Depot tomorrow just because I want to build a chin-up bar.
I heard about the chin-up bar.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I went and got wine today, and I had to go get dog food.
Yeah.
Since there is no rule saying that you can stay home, obviously, like, if you need something, go out and get it.
Yeah.
But if you are sick in any way, shape, or form, you should not leave your house.
Yeah.
And hand washing is like just like is what's gonna be the only defense in trying to stop this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's spread by touch. And the mask thing, we have to wear a mask all day now in the hospital because at first it was like no, wear it, do wear it, but it kind of like prevents you from like touching your face, and then like if somebody coughs around you, God forbid you walk through it, you have the mask on to kind of like have that barrier.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like if you have to go out in public, I would definitely try to wear eye protection at least. Like I wear sunglasses because it could get like if you get a droplet go in your eyeball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A droplet from where? Where does the droplet come from?
Like when when you cough and like spit comes out.
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
So that spit like goes into the air, and now the virus is in the air because it's in the droplet. It's like not airborne, but it's like droplet because like it comes out in the spit and it's out. And then wherever it lands, it seems to be able to live
for a long time.
For so long, right, on different surfaces depending on where it is. You have to like look up the things like it's 72 hours on cardboard or whatever the numbers are. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
But just like wiping things down if you go out and buy them, because you don't know who touched it before you.
Of course.
Like you go get your loaf of bread, and some disgust who is the ignorant jerk off.
Yeah.
Could have just like been sick and touching everything.
Just picking it up and being like, oh, that has too many seeds in it, and they put it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, like if you have to go out, you have to go out. But like you got to take these kind of precautions because this is like real life. It's like it's like the movie Outbreak.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Yeah.
It's wild. I can't even believe this is happening all day long. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. It's crazy.
And then so I mean, what are you doing? What kind of shifts are you working? And then what are you doing when you're not working? Are you like, how's your, I don't know, I guess your mental health and everything?
Well, I work like 7
Are you practicing self-care is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Well, like I just moved 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
and with my aunt and my cousins. So I have not been bored in any way, shape, or form because the days that I've been off, I have to like unpack.
Yeah.
And those days I do yoga because I need to calm down because I'm
Yeah.
an absolute psychopath in general,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So, like today, I did not get enough sleep and I drank a whole bottle of wine last night. And some
Mm-hmm.
idiot, our stupid contractors, knocking on the door at 9:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that like really set me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I went to get wine and I had to deal with Dopey Doo, the new dog.
Uh-huh.
And then I did yoga and the children will be home soon. So, it's basically wine every night,
Yeah.
no matter if I work or not.
Yeah.
Because it's like you gotta get something to calm down.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, you do what you got to do. Is there
Yeah.
any is there any light at the end of the tunnel? I mean, like, what do you what do you sort of like look forward to? Or like, do you see this getting any better, or is there any aspect of this
No,
getting easier? No. Okay.
no, this month is gonna be absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Like it literally, I think just like I don't think we've hit the peak or we may have hit the peak,
Yeah.
but the past 2 weeks in the hospital, maybe I want it's definitely been since like last Thursday, so like almost 2 weeks in the hot no 2 weeks today then
Hmm.
has been a nightmare. It's
Hmm.
like all the codes. So I feel like we just started the
Hmm.
bad part, so like we're almost to the peak.
Hmm.
And the fact that they opened up like 2 units and put ventilators there that don't usually have that,
Hmm.
getting ready to get more patients,
Hmm.
and that they're going to send pediatric nurses, adult patients next week. I think, April is not not going to look good for us.
Yeah.
The only way if we contain this is if everybody just like really has to stay home. We
Yeah.
have to shut this city down.
Shut it down. Yeah.
Yeah. De Blasio is on now. I talking about how we need 40,000 healthcare professionals to come here, and they want people to volunteer from all over the country who are just like living their normal day lives, who are
Huh.
nurses in like Texas.
Yeah.
They need to come here and work because there's no way the people on the adult floors are, and like even all of us, like not peds because we're not dirty discuss, but
Uh,
like everyone else is getting it and dropping like flies.
on the
So
adult
who's
floor.
gonna take? Yeah, yeah, like, and even NICU, they have 10 nurses who have the COVID.
Hmm.
I'm like, you people are in a locked unit.
They
How do
do.
you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Man,
hmm
I
So
don't know.
unless everybody wants
We're gonna be
to,
here for a while. It seems like.
I mean, I don't know. Does everybody have to get it and then that's it, or like
I don't know. I
forever?
would almost like. Sometimes I feel like maybe I should try to find a way to give it to myself so I get it over with.
Yeah, but like,
There
I
should be
mean,
like a voluntary thing,
that would be good
and
because
then you can
like
wear
you'll
a
get the
badge.
antibodies or whatever.
Yeah,
But you
you
know
can wear a
what? Like,
badge on your arm that says I had COVID.
oh, definitely. Like if you survive though, because like
Yeah.
sometimes, like if we get it normal, like young adults without any like underlying conditions like asthma, diabetes, like it's just like a really bad flu and then it goes away.
Hmm.
Like that's like the good best case scenario for this.
Yeah.
It's it and but also, there's every exception to the rule because there was just a
Sure.
27-year-old who died on the adult floor the other day who had no asthma, no nothing.
Really?
But right. So it's
A
like,
guy, a male or female?
boy,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hitting y'all harder.
Yeah. Well,
hmm
maybe we deserve it. Who knows?
I know this is God's way of
You're
punishing.
punishing men. Yeah.
Exactly. He's like, you know what? I gotta set y'all straight real quick.
Yeah. It's almost
I'm gonna.
like it feels like God is trying to kill the worst people with this thing, but then he keeps missing and hitting like a bus driver or something. I mean, I saw something last night. Somebody posted on Twitter. It was like this bus driver. Just this bus driver posted some heartfelt video, this heart wrenching video about how he saw a woman on his bus cough and not cover her mouth, and
Ugh.
then 2 weeks later he had COVID, and then 2 days later he was dead.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah. So it's just like, but I remember because Deb and I are pretty much we're like sheltered in and everything, but
hmm
um, in the early stages when I was going out, when I had to like go out and do comedy or whatever because that was my
Mhm.
source of income. It's like,
Right, right.
but you do. That's how you kind of feel. You're like, well, like if I get it, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, I feel like that is also a general public thing because my friend who's a cop, well,
Mm.
um, he he's a captain in Brooklyn, and like he says they get like 5 DOAs a day, where they used to get like 5 a week. And I guess it's like people think that if they have it, it's
Just stay
whatever.
home.
And then
So people are
right, and
dying
then
in their homes too.
mhm,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
This is like nothing that can even be real life. Like this seems like it's like
Yeah.
the Hunger Games.
Like it wasn't
Like
supposed to
it's
happen here. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, like exactly. And I think that's why everyone cannot really take it seriously or like really truly understand it because like this is America. This stuff doesn't happen here, but like
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And my mom keeps being telling me about how like Trump says I'm a hero and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Trump's
like,
doing a great job.
nah. I'm like, I'm not a hero. I want you all to stay home. I hate everybody. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to take care of you.
Is that what you would? I mean, if you wanted to convey anything to people, just stay home and take this seriously. I mean, that's all. Is
Yeah.
that all? Can people do any more than that, or is that it?
I mean, don't get sick. Take care of yourselves. That I mean, like it's good for the self care. This is the time that all you've been wishing for to stay home, that you don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves.
Right. Make
If
bread.
you need to, right,
Yeah.
calm yourselves down. Take your supplements. Do yoga. You want to have a strong immune system. You
Right.
want to get
Read the
plenty of sleep.
Bible. Read the Bible
Yeah,
from cover to cover.
exactly. And then if you're bored after that,
Uh huh.
um,
Read
there's
the
other.
Quran. Yeah. There's other
Right.
religious
I'm
texts.
like, isn't there more religious things you could read?
Yeah.
God is good. He'll get you through this.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we got to stay away from each other.
Yeah.
And if you are sick, you have to stay home.
Yeah.
Unless you are very sick and you cannot manage your symptoms
Uh
and
huh.
you know yourself. And if you think something is extremely wrong, then you need to go to the hospital.
Right.
But you don't need to go to CVS and
Right.
buy candy.
Right, right, right. But then that's the other thing too is there's so many people who are uninsured or underinsured, and so many people are losing their employer-based health care that they don't want to go to the hospital because they're worried about whatever huge bill they're going to be slapped with. So
Right.
so I guess that's why people are dying in their homes now.
Right, and that is absolutely terrible. That I do also feel bad. Like I know, obviously everyone has to work to live,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I feel like they're trying to figure out like how to help the healthcare workers and help the hospitals, and
Yeah.
like they gave the checks, but obviously more needs to be done. But it's like how much focus can they do all at once?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think something needs to be done with the healthcare too,
Yeah.
because it's not right for people to be dying at home.
Yeah.
It's also not right for people to be dying by themselves in the
By
hospital.
themselves in the
Like,
hospital. Yeah. No family
yeah,
around or anything.
could you imagine? Like, that
Yeah.
breaks my heart, and I don't even have a heart. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like such a crazy, terrible time, and everybody has got to be patient. And like, but if you are sick and you don't have health care and you think you really need to go to the hospital, like you have to go and deal with that later.
Deal with it later. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want to deal with the bill or do you want to be alive?
Right.
Hopefully, once this is all over, like maybe something can happen where they give supplementation or something for these hospital bills, or for people who did work and didn't have the health care at the time because they got let go because of this whole thing. Like, hopefully something will be done. But the first thing is like, keeping people alive and healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then Deborah was like healthcare reform and sending us Bernie Sanders. I mean, if that is the way to do it, to make sure everyone at this time
Well, it
gets
seems
what
like
they
it
need,
if you can give everybody care.
right, then maybe that is something that has to be done.
Yeah.
Will Trump allow that? I don't think so. But
But
with enough noise,
but
things can get done.
but but I guess like who knows? But also Joe Biden sort of implied that he would, because that's another thing I wanted to ask you about, because I've been asking pretty much everybody who's
Mhm.
who's done this show, like I don't know, like doesn't it just kind of feel like this whole system, this whole country is just imploding?
I don't, well, I don't know. I don't know about the, I mean, that's a hard question. I mean, I think because it's not just happening here. If it was
Right.
just like, right, so there's all the, like, all the other Italy and everything, like all these countries and South Korea have like been massively hit. They have like
Yeah.
forced their populations to stay at home because they are socialist nations or whatever, and they can enforce those kind of things.
Yeah. It was
Then you
so
got
funny
America.
because I know you guys
Hmm.
have a sister that lives in South Korea, and when this
Right.
when this whole thing happened, when South Korea got their cases, your like your family was a little nervous, and now it's like we
Yeah.
all wish we were in South Korea.
I know. We're like, you can't go to South Korea, and now we're like, well, they do have a good little system going on there.
Yeah, they're really killing it. I mean, they've really come from behind as
Yeah, and
you know.
I mean, I am impressed with their healthcare, especially like when, I mean, I only have from what Jack like sends us, but like their
Yeah.
birthing units and
Uh-huh.
in hospitals like are beautiful, magnificent. Like I want to go to South Korea to have a baby. Like
Yeah.
Rumsey's disgusting. You know, like here's
Yeah.
your ugly room, and
Yeah.
they don't give a crap, but I feel like they have a different kind of way of approaching healthcare there,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it just feels like the whole system is broken and it's crumbling.
I think that America probably thinks they're like so great and never could have any kind of like
Anything bad happen?
right. So, then it's like, oh shoot, we gotta save this the PPE, and hold on, what's happening here? We need ventilators. Like we don't have this kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
so, I guess them thinking that they never thought like something can happen here
Yeah.
in this magnitude that will require this amount of supplies and care.
Yeah. Do you
So
know
I
why
think
there's a
that
ventilator shortage?
it's not that it's a shortage. Normally, how many patients do we have
Do
vented
you
in the
need to
hospital?
have vented? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, careful, careful. We have like, 10 to 15 maybe vented in the hospital. Like it's not a ventilator shortage.
Mhm.
We don't ever require that much.
Yeah.
So, the fact they had to order more because you don't have 20,000 people vented in a hospital
Yeah.
ever. Like
Right.
that's not so the shortage is that, they never thought they needed to have a million,
Right.
but they need to distribute them now, whatever they have, because I've got people who need them.
Yeah.
And now, so,
But so then some people are not being put on ventilators that need them. So like, do you know how they choose who gets one and who doesn't?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Because with my friend said the other night, she needed it and she had the two
Mhm.
who needed the vent and she couldn't get anybody to come, like give her a vent
Mhm.
because they had none. So it's like, what do you do? Take one off someone who already has it, or what do we
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
So you had to like make do. So I guess she just had to keep the person alive for as long as her shift required, and that's like what everybody's doing. Like it's
Yeah.
like, all right, 12 hours to keep this person alive. Let's go.
Yeah. It's
So I don't. Yeah.
it's got to be crazy stressful too, because I think about all the jobs I've had. Like I've been a waiter, I've like doing the podcast, and there's times when like you screw up on the job or something happens where like somebody's order comes out wrong or you forget to say
Hmm.
dressing on the side, or maybe like the episode's late and someone's like,
You
"Where's
gotta
the
take
episode?
off.
I'm gonna go shoot up a school until until this thing comes
Hmm.
out." But
Hmm.
but it's got to be. I mean, that's got to put a lot of stress on you, knowing that the people that you're taking care of, like even if it's not directly your fault, it's like that someone under your care passed away. I mean, that's got to
Yeah,
mess with
I
you.
would be devastated.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had three kids die on me.
Really?
Um, yeah, over 11 years though.
Yeah.
And
That you knew? Did you have any? You took care
yeah,
of them?
one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
One, she died right before I came in the one night, who was like a little girl who like lived in the hospital because they were like homeless and she had cancer.
Oh boy.
That was the first one. Um,
Did you get to talk to her at
did
all, or
what?
did you get to talk to her at all?
Well, she was little. She was like,
Yeah.
well, when I first started working, she was like 3 years old, and they like lived there until she was 4.
Uh-huh.
And then like she came back to the hospital, I think like 4.5 when she was sick.
Yeah.
And then she had died at like 6 p.m., like right before we came in. She like choked.
Yeah. Jeez.
And yeah, but, and then we had like another kid who died one time. So it's like I've had 3
Yeah.
over like 11 years.
And I'm sure it's
And
yeah.
once this happens, it's going to probably be like 3 a day.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I'm not like a sissy or like, too heartfelt, but I
Mhm.
feel like that's going to affect me because this woman who was working on adult floor I talked to last night, she was like practically crying, telling me all these things. And I like felt so bad for her. And I'm like, I can't imagine. Is this going to be us next week?
Yeah.
So I'm not ready for that. But we are nurses and chameleons, and we can do anything.
Yeah.
And we will do whatever we have to do.
Yeah.
But I would prefer not to do this.
Yeah, I know. When is your shift usually?
When is what?
Like what shift do you work?
7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
So maybe we can arrange to bring you guys lunch or something.
Oh, that would be nice. We love lunch.
Okay. Because what do you usually do? Just eat at at the hospital?
Well, yeah, usually I'll bring my lunch. It's been like very fortunate. One of the positive things not that it could be positive, but like a lot of local people and like businesses around have been donating to the hospitals for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Like Joe and Pat sent pizza over,
Oh,
not to
that's
us,
nice.
but
Yeah.
the other four. Yeah, like Hobra, like everywhere. So that is, there is still kindness
Yeah.
and things happening in the community during this terrible time.
Yeah, I'm sure little stuff like that probably goes a long way just to know that people are, they're thinking about you and they're so maybe Deborah and
Yeah,
I
it's
will try
nice.
to do something. I always say I'm going to do these nice things and then
Well,
sometimes
I
I
think
just
we need
don't.
to call our friend Colin, and he
And
needs to help us.
okay. All
Yeah, so
right.
let's put a call into
I'll
Colin.
get him on the phone. Yeah.
Tell him
You know
Rumsey
what,
needs
buddy?
a lot
Actually,
of
put
help.
your wife on the phone.
Yeah.
This is
Hey, Colin,
Where's
it's Scarlett.
Scarlett?
I need to talk to her.
I need to
Yeah,
talk to her right now.
we need help.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
I
so
think,
funny like cuz I mean I guess he gets really busy, but I look at all my texts to him and he hasn't responded. I guess he just gets busy, but it would be funny if we'll see what happens when I say, "Hey, we're going to buy some lunch for nurses in Staten
yeah.
Island." He's like, "Oh, sorry, I was busy at the festival I was busy in Steven Spielberg's house.
Oh, my bad.
I was making rap with Chet Hayes.
Yeah, yeah.
Tom
Oh,
Hanks' son."
do you need a little? Yeah, he can bring him. You can be like, well, you can bring him too,
Yeah.
and let's go help out Ramsey because that would be hot.
So how many nurses are on the floor at a given time?
Um, they are very mean about nursing staff. It's like staffing. They'll like only have like 3 or 4 nurses on the adult floor at a time,
Oh,
and give them each like 10 patients.
jeez.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a good time. Like I am
So that's
so
going on too, right? Like,
fortunate.
yeah, like you have to take care of someone and then you just can't get to them and they die.
Yeah, like I think that's what's happening too. Like,
Jesus
because you're
Christ.
with another person
Yeah.
who needs help, and like pediatrics, our ratio is like 1 to 5.
Yeah.
So then, but they can have like 10 or 12 patients, and then there's 30 patients, and 10 of them, it's like just a nightmare.
hmm I think
So
once
there's
Trump
usually
gets
that.
reelected, once the stress of the election is off his mind, then,
Hmm.
he'll be able to like figure this out a little better. He'll have more
Yeah,
experience too.
right.
I think he's definitely doing his best.
I I mean, I think so too. I mean, he is like consultant, I guess, whoever, and like taking this like more seriously now because obviously it's nothing you can't not because the
Yeah.
evidence is clear.
Yeah.
But this is an event that hasn't happened in over like what 150 years. Like I don't even like since
Yeah.
like whatever those crazy hospitals were in
Or
like the 1900s outside. What was that?
yeah, was that like 1918 maybe?
Yeah, like whenever, yeah, like that. So like nothing like this has happened in
Yeah,
that
this
long.
just
No one
hasn't
has
happened.
lived through that.
I remember hearing about like bird flu, swine flu, but it seems like that was I don't know, okay. That was kept under control.
Yeah, I think that it was bad, but it was controlled.
Yeah.
This is bad and not controlled.
Yeah.
It's just more and more keep coming.
Right.
So we got to contain it. We have to stay home. We have to wash our hands and we have to take care of ourselves.
Right. Sign up for Disney Plus, everybody. They have a lot of movies that from your
Yeah.
childhood. They have all the Simpsons. They have the Star Wars shows. I mean, just don't leave the house. It's not that hard.
Right. Like there's tons of things to do
Don't.
and
Right.
watch.
Right. You could do push-ups like you're in
Mhm.
prison.
Right.
Yeah.
Face masks.
You can order stuff off Amazon.
Mhm.
You could just sit
Yeah.
there on Amazon and order like a pig and have like you're some medieval lord and have stuff delivered to your house.
Yeah, and
So there's
you
literally.
can get a Game of Thrones throne and sit
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah. 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 And you could pay
Right.
someone to assemble it too. Someone who's assembled three other things that day,
Yeah.
touching all kinds of surfaces.
Right. So it's like things can be done.
Yeah. All
Go
right.
through your closet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I'll talk to
What
some of
is
my
she
friends.
talking about?
Deborah, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's loud.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. I mean, you're working at the hospital, but I have to deal with your sister all day.
I know. We're both in a very bad situation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's very my way or the highway.
Yeah. Right. I'm like, she's a lot. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I could just imagine
She
how
comes out
you're
of her
thinking.
office. She's like, "The kitchen's a mess." I'm like, "Literally every meal that you've had for the past like 2 weeks has been cooked by me."
Right. She doesn't do anything except
Yeah.
complain and
Right.
talk loud.
Right. And talk loud. She's really loud. This is why housewives in the 50s just went crazy because they weren't appreciated.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so like you're learning a lot from this whole situation, and
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're all
like,
suffering.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So good luck to you.
Thanks.
You're
All right.
welcome.
All right. So if I want to get lunch for everybody, that I'll just ask you. I'll just talk to
Yeah.
you and figure that out. Okay,
Hmm.
cool. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that.
Anything.
Okay, cool.
Thanks. You're the best.
Yeah.
Anytime
Thanks
you
for
want to talk.
thanks for doing this on your day off.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. I love
So
to talk about the craziness.
yeah, everybody, please keep Amanda in your thoughts. Do you want them to follow you
Yeah.
on social media or anything, or
Yeah, if
not?
they
Okay.
want. Drama 26.
Drama26 on Instagram.
Yeah, I post constantly on my story about how everyone needs to wash their hands and stay home. So if you want
Nice.
to read that, it's all and puppies, like the
Nice.
new dog. So a little
Nice.
mix of everything.
Nice. Shoot her a little DM and just let her know that you appreciate what she's doing.
Yeah, and tell me how you stayed home and washed your hands. I would
And you're
love that.
and you're single, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you
I
guys
would
have
like a
any,
rich man, rich one.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we could.
So
I think we could make that happen.
okay, cool.
Some of these guys who listen to the show do okay.
Right, I was about to say if they pay for this, then they probably have extra money
They have
lying around.
they have very disposable income that they can just
Exactly.
throw away on garbage, on crap. Yeah.
On
All right.
good content.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
thanks a million. We're all thinking about you, and
Thanks, thanks.
hang in there. Stay
All
safe.
right.
You know.
Thank you, and you too.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.